Hi everybody, it's Sarah, and welcome to this week's video. I had planned on doing a short talk on ascension today, but one thing led to another, and one of my clients this week changed that for me. We had an amazing phone session, and she was so happy afterwards. She was finally free from pain and constant anxiety, and was literally beaming with happiness. It was really amazing. I was honored to help her facilitate the change. The next morning, she emailed me again to say thank you, and in that email, she called me a lighthouse, which I thought was very kind, and that got me to thinking about how we can all be lighthouses, especially now in times of uncertainty and change. So what does it mean to be a lighthouse? Most people have heard the term Lightworker, but what about the term lighthouse? Lighthouses are pillars of light that help others navigate life's journeys. And let me say right here, you don't have to be a yogi, guru, or trained psychotherapist or a master teacher to be a lighthouse, nor do you have to have all the answers to every question ever thought of in the history of time. Don't think you have to be perfect, because I'm sure not. But rather, just like the physical lighthouses, you need a desire to assist others and not be afraid to be what you were made for. I think that's what stops a lot of us from helping others or being of assistance on the spiritual path. We don't feel ready. We don't feel like we have studied enough, or we've taken enough classes, or we have enough letters behind our name. So we feel like, who are we to give advice, or who are we to help? Especially when everything has been written already. There are so many good books out there that are so informative that cover just about every situation. So what could you possibly have to offer that's not in one of those books, right? The secret to that is every person presents their message just a little bit differently, and that's based on their personal experience. So the message may be the same, but how it's presented can be the key to connecting with the right people. Seeing something on a billboard may not resonate with someone as much as hearing it from someone else. In regards to a true personal story about someone's life, some adversity they managed to overcome, or their own personal experience, say with ascension or awakening or balancing their chakras. Those personal stories, that personal insight that you have that no one else does, may be exactly what somebody out there needs to hear. So if you're struggling trying to decide what your life purpose is, or if you should do a career change, then maybe this is the video you need to be watching. Ultimately, being a lighthouse is about owning yourself, being authentic, and speaking your own personal truth to help others and shining a light even when it may go against common thought, such as working to heal your past as opposed to burying it and just pushing forward and burying yourself in work or with material goods, and detaching from ego, because that's it as well. Being a lighthouse is not about an ego trip or about receiving awards or accolades, or making a lot of money either. Like the physical lighthouses, you may be helping people you will never even see or meet again, and that's okay too. Being a lighthouse isn't an ego-driven title. It's more about doing your part to help others because it needs to be done. It's about being of service. It's about giving back, and it's about offering a hand to people, just as someone probably offered a hand to you. And that's how I look at it too. People helped me, so now it's my turn to help them. So when we take into consideration how lighthouses work, you can see the metaphor it serves in our lives. See how life is the water we float on. Ourselves the vessel, and the shore and the rocks represent the ever-changing path of life, full of lessons, some simple, some dramatic. You as the healer, advocate, or helping professional are the lighthouse. A lighthouse is there to guide and protect everyone by shining light on what appears hidden or shadowy. Sometimes we do this by talking with folks, sometimes posting videos, or tweeting, or writing. Sometimes we do this by example, such as how we live and approach life, and sharing that with people, not just sharing the good times only, but your struggles, your journey. But regardless of the medium you choose, every one of us can be a lighthouse. So today, I encourage you to be a lighthouse for others. Be an authentic version of yourself, and be there to shine your light and wisdom for those struggling. And another component of being a lighthouse is not judging others, not judging someone for where they are in their path, where they are in their life, or what they're going through, but allowing them to be where they are and meeting them where they are without judgment or ego. Be of service because it's the right thing to do, not because it's glamorous, because it's not because it has great rewards and it can stroke your ego, because it doesn't, but because it's the right thing to do. The world needs lighthouses. Sometimes we don't know what'll affect us or what will knock our life out of balance until we experience it. Sometimes even positives, like a new job, can cause us to go out of balance as we try and assimilate changes. After realizing that we're off balance, we must seek ways to cope and get back on track. So we search in the dark for guidance, and that's why lighthouses are so important. You could be a symbol of stability in times of change. When things are changing in the world, having a constant can be very comforting, as does sharing your story, so that other people can see what they're going through is not isolated. Your story of overcoming challenges can give them hope too. A lighthouse also acts as a symbol of guidance, lighting the way when it's dark, when we become fearful, or when we misstep, highlighting the jagged rocks ahead of us. When faced with adversity, a lighthouse can be a symbol of overcoming it. If you've overcome something, then share your story with others. Being authentic is more trustworthy to people than making your life look too perfect. The metaphor of being a lighthouse gives you a visual image that is comforting as well. It's fitting for times of uncertainty such as what we're currently facing. Use it to help people in need to understand their life situation better and encourage them. Use it also to help you find your own destiny, your own purpose. Because through service to others, we often find our own true calling. I never expected I would leave corporate life and end up being a spiritual teacher. Wasn't anything I ever really considered doing. And look where I am now. Life is always changing, and while we go through trials and lessons, we can share our own stories and our own strategies to assist others. This shines a light on common problems and also can be very encouraging for those of us struggling. So I invite you to include becoming a lighthouse on your own spiritual journey. It doesn't mean you have to drop everything and become a spiritual teacher or a healer. It just means that you step into your own authenticity and that you share your light with others. Add that to your resume, that you're there to shine a light on your own personal spiritual journey and authentically share it with others so they may too learn from your journey. Next week, we'll explore some simple steps you can take to ease the stress of modern life as you step forward and become a spiritual lighthouse. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any new videos. I am tentatively trying for one a week, but at this rate, it may just be one a month. I do have a new book out, and I'll put it up here, and there'll be a link to it below, and it would be lovely if you would check it out. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.